Hi there, I'm Chloe from Apto. We are a dedicated SIEM consultancy based in Bristol. We focus on supporting large organisations like the NHS with how to operate and deploy SIEM platforms such as Splunk or Microsoft Sentinel. In this super short video, we'll be talking to our technical director, Nick Hills, around some of the key challenges and key aspects of deploying and operating SIEM within the NHS. Over to Nick.
Thanks, Larry. My name's Nick Hills. I'm the Apto technical lead, and I've got about 13 years of experience with SIEM and SIEM-related technologies. SIEM tools such as Splunk and Microsoft Sentinel have been implemented in many NHS trusts over the last few years, and that's mainly been on the back of increased digitisation of the healthcare delivery process. Whilst there are regulatory controls around data privacy and personal health information, data breaches are still all too common, and that's because the NHS is a big target. SIEM is typically used in the NHS for security and compliance outcomes, such as for the DSPT, the Data Security Protection Toolkit, and soon to be the CAF, or Cyber Assessment Framework, and is used quite heavily for audits and proving compliance across a number of different areas, but also then for mitigating cybersecurity use cases. And what we found is that every trust uses it ever so slightly differently, but there are common themes that run throughout. Many of the NHS trusts have limited or no dedicated security, cybersecurity team or SMEs, and often the SIEM engineering aspect is part of a wider IT ops role or network infrastructure role, and management and oversight of the platform is just one of their many other responsibilities. Internal teams are typically responsible for deploying and maintaining the platform, but the output from the SIEM for specialities like compliance is actually within other parts of the trust, such as risk, audit, data or compliance teams. It's difficult because often IT teams don't know what it is they're being asked to mitigate with the use of tools such as SIEM. And the use cases and alerts that are configured are perhaps only the out-of-the-box ones or set up in the most trivial way, due to the limited time and resources that the trust may have. It isn't always easy to understand how much time and energy it takes to keep the platform running, as well as delivering the output from it that's expected. SIEM platforms are always a largely evolving and growing ecosystem, and that needs nurturing and adoption. It's common that teams can become overstretched based on either the sheer amount of tasks to complete or needing specialist knowledge around its deployment, especially for some of the more advanced features such as the AI and the automation aspects that we're starting to see be rolled out. Combined with the limited operational budget, it means that NHS trusts have a platform that isn't necessarily always doing what's expected of it. Improving it requires more outlay than internal teams can currently offer, and it's tempting to think changing tools or vendor or starting again will solve the issues. The reality is that it's possible to plan out the use of the tool, understand the true unique requirements of the specific trust, and help set the platform up to deliver just the right amount of detail. And even better, it's often possible to draw a direct link between how the platform operates now and how it helps protect the trust from harm in the future. Apto Operate can help with this by reducing the strain on internal teams and using our SIEM expertise from helping hundreds of similar organisations to set things up in the best way possible for SIEM success.
That was super helpful, Nick. Thank you. Obviously, we've only scratched the surface of what is a huge subject around SIEM platforms in the NHS, but hopefully this was a good overview and was useful. If this content resonated with you or you have any questions about anything we've shared today, then please do reach out to us. You can reach out to myself or Nick directly on LinkedIn, or you can visit our website at aptosolutions.co.uk.